Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Tuesday, the 16th of April, 2024. An interesting streaming day because today I was testing out a new game, and the game was something that no one knew what to expect, including me. And at the end of the day, it's still kind of weird. Let's put it that way. So today was a good variety day, as it was a level 1 podcast followed by the premiere of Halibut on the first stream, and then some Street Fighter 6 salty online play with Blanka all night long. So, yes, all night long. It was like 14 hours straight. It was about 2 to 2.5 hours. So how did it go? Well, the podcast today was fun. There was a few news stories to talk about, including a hilarious news story about PS5 Pro and Sony asking, just listen to this, asking game devs to make sure that there's a mode that can be ran on PS5 Pro for games that are on PS5 that will run games at a smooth 60 frames per second at 1080p and will upscale to 4K. And it's hilarious because I have my PS5 box behind this piece of art, and I pull it out, and on the fucking box, it says 4K 120, meaning 120 frames per second at 4K, 8K capability. Like, the stuff that they're asking these game devs to do for the next console is what we were promised and is on the box for the current one. So anyway, I had a lot to say about that. We talked about certain current events and some, good back and forth talk, shout outs, and all of that. Good show. Then we went over to this Halibut game on my Xbox, and let me tell you, first of all, I've never seen a game that looks like this because it does kind of look like models or claymation. It looks actually, at first I thought claymation. It does look more like models. Like, the game is all models moving. But the thing is, the models move and everything. So at first you're like, oh, it kind of looks realistic. And then it'll like zoom in and you'll see like paint on the face. And you're like, oh, it's like a painted model that's moving as the main characters. Some people were thrown for a loop. Some people legit told me they felt like weirded out or sick watching the stream. And I was like, it's not happening to me. So I'm not sure what's causing that for some people. I had no problem with it. Overall, what is Halibut? It is an old school walk around, do a bunch of tasks adventure game. And what I mean by that is, think Secret of Monkey Island or Broken Age or stuff like that, but no real puzzles to speak of. It's more just like walk and talk, walk and talk, walk and talk, do this little menial task, walk and talk, do this little menial task. So the gameplay is not very interesting, but the story is. And I think that the game's story is what's meant to be carrying it. It is a narrative-based game. In a nutshell, in the future, humanity thought that Earth was going to be destroyed by world war or pollution or something. So they sent a group of humans out on a spaceship to find a place to repopulate and colonize. For example, this is very similar to the plot of Horizon Forbidden West, okay? Well, the humans crash land on an all-water planet, and the ship has been stuck underwater endlessly, going in a cycle around the planet, and they're stuck. Now they're living, they're fine. They're down there, they're living like a normal life. And they've actually lived there over 50 years under the water. And so there's like a whole generation of people that have grown up on this giant ship that don't even know, like, of Earth. And so the plot is, what are these people doing? How are they surviving? It's kind of funny because it has like a lot of British wit and humor to it, but not every character is British. And a lot of, like I said, you would think it would be futuristic tech and everything. No, it's more retro. Like, they have tube TVs, and it almost feels like a hybrid of Fallout with, like, Horizon almost. So the plot is interesting, and at the end of the stream, there's a bunch of questions and things you're trying to solve and stuff, and it's not bad. I wasn't in love with it, but at the same time, it certainly is unique and different from other games that I've played. I haven't played anything like this in a very long time. The audience seemed torn. Like, half the audience were like, wow, this game is pretty unique and different. I hope you keep playing it. And the other half were like, this is kind of boring. So by the time the stream ended, we only had like 250 viewers. Now, I've heard the game is around 12 hours long if you just stick to the story. If you try to do some optional content, it can be as long as 15 hours. We are 3 hours in right now, okay? Personally, I would not mind continuing it. But I don't want to impose my will on the streams, and then people are like, why did you play this game that nobody liked? So I need feedback. If you've seen the videos, leave comments on them, or come by my streams in the next few days and let me know your thoughts. We need to determine if this is something I should keep in the rotation, and if so, I'll probably be playing again this weekend, like Saturday during the day or something like that. All right. So let me know. It'll help me determine what we want to do. Or, hey, as I explained up front, if this is actually a game that most people didn't like, it was just an experiment, we are not committed to playing it because it's a Game Pass game. I didn't pay anything extra for it, so we don't have to play it again. Fair enough? Okay. Now, the late stream tonight was Street Fighter 6 with Blanka exclusively. First of all, the stream got off to an awful start because YouTube had all kinds of technical issues. Basically, YouTube was saying people weren't subscribed to the channels, so no one could talk in the chat. People would try to talk, one message would go through, the next message would error out, then it would error for 10 seconds, then it would come back, then it would error again. It was a big nightmare. Even I couldn't talk on the channel logged in as me, and then I logged in as my other YouTube channels, and they couldn't tell. I was like, what is going on? Like, this thing is all screwed up. The viewer count kept going for like 5, 10, 20, 5, 10, 25 for like 40 minutes. So basically, I explained to everyone, listen, I'm going to start playing because I can't delay. Sorry if, sadly, the chat doesn't work tonight. But the good thing is I am playing fighting games. And potentially, I don't usually have a lot of conversation when I'm playing fighting games. So hopefully, the night will still go well. And honestly, it did. We played for about 2 to 2.5 hours. I'm still in casual matches. Why? Well, 2 reasons. Number one, pretty much everyone has played this game nonstop who's still playing it. I mean it. Like, if you look at these people who I'm playing, they all have absolutely mastered their characters. They have everything down pat. They know the online patterns to lock you down. I'm like, did no one ever take a break? Like, everyone is playing this at an insanely high level. It's ridiculous. But in addition, when I'm playing casual matches, I'm still getting master level opponents 99% of the time. More often than not, because so many people played the crap out of the game. They're in master now. So even playing casual, you get master matches nonstop. So the skill level and challenge is still there, but I'm not really ready to jump into ranked and end up losing all my fucking rank points yet. So it's a good thing that I'm getting all this practice, and it is high-level practice, okay? So anyway, how did it go? I'll tell you this. My Blanka is improving, all right? A couple things. My lockdown, basically like getting in someone's face and mixing them up with high-low mix-ups, overhead mix-up combos, ticks into electricity, into canceling, into either other moves. It's getting much, much, much better. And it's good because that's something that, I always was good at throwing, the Blanka ball combo, some of the juggle combos, but I wasn't good at just the standard kind of neutral gameplay with Blanka, and I'm getting much better with that. In addition, tonight I actually started implementing the level 2 super, and it worked. I actually, before I started streaming, went into training mode, and I did it for like 10 minutes. I just practiced the super. I was like, that's how you use it. I never knew. I literally didn't know how to use it, and I had never learned in all those months that I played Blanka and hit master on 2 consoles and all of that. I never knew how to use level 2 super properly. I learned how tonight. So tonight you'll see, if you watch the gameplay, several times I comboed into the super and kept going, or mixed up in the corner with the super and got extra hits and stuff, and it worked out very well for me. So I think now, moving forward, I'll even get better and better as I try to implement and use more super, tactics with the level 2. What I will do now is start watching more videos of Blanka and see people implementing it, because now I understand it and see exactly what they're doing with it, okay? But overall, tonight, I did well. I have no idea if I won more than I lost. I'm sure we'll find out soon from the people who track my wins and losses. But I'm curious to hear. I know that I lost a bunch to another Ed. Another Ed player is kicking my butt. It seems like all the Eds I play are like 1,600 ranking points or more. And dude, they know all these strategies. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Half his moves seem to stuff everything I try to do with characters. I'm just like baffled at what to do. I guarantee you there's something easy you can do to stop it. It's just I don't have the knowledge, It's the same as when I was playing Tekken 8. When you have a lack of character knowledge, you just don't know what to do. You get bodied nonstop. You're like, oh, it's frustrating, right? But overall, I had a good time. There was a lot of trolls in chat. I took care of as many as I could. Did well. Everything went pretty good. And had a good night with Blanka. Okay? So, good stuff tonight overall with Blanka. And I hope that you enjoy the gameplay. Now, tomorrow, Wednesday, the 17th, is my last consecutive streaming day of the week, meaning after that, I have my day off on Thursday. Tomorrow, it's going to be the Level 1 podcast, followed by Elden Ring on the first stream. Now, Elden Ring, we're in a critical choice point. Do I go to the mountaintop of the Giants and then to Fair Missoula? Do I do the underground Blood Lake and then Palace with Moog? Or do I head to the frozen north into the entrance to the Haley Tree? So we have a critical choice to make tomorrow, and any of those is perfectly valid. Any of those is going to be really challenging. So we'll see what people come up with. Maybe we'll do a poll when I start. Tomorrow night on the late stream, I'm doing something completely fresh and different and new that I've never done before. The stream is going to be on DSP Reacts. That's youtube.com/@DSP Reacts. And on the stream, I'm going to do my first ever interactive review of the Fallout TV series. I finished watching it last night or 2 nights ago with my wife. Loved it. I want to review it, but I realized right now I'd love to have discussion with people about the show because it's fresh and brand new, and a lot of people are finishing it. And one of the key aspects of the show is discussing the lore of the show versus the lore of the games and what's been changed. What do you think is better or worse? Where do you think the show is going? These are all hot topics on the internet right now. The problem is I can't have the discussion with my audience on the podcast because someone hasn't watched it. I don't want to have a discussion where half the people get spoiled. But if I do it specifically on a night stream in the review, now people who haven't, seen the show will stay away. They can watch it on demand after the fact when they're good and ready. But everybody else who's seen it can come and join me, and we can have this fun and open discussion on Wednesday night. That's what we're going to do. 6:45 p.m. Pacific time on the DSP Reacts channel. The live interactive review of the Fallout TV show Season 1. I'm going to give you my overall thoughts about what I liked, what I didn't like, what lore changes are kind of interesting, and which ones are kind of weird. We'll go from there, and then we're going to have fun live interactions, shout-outs for contributions, talking back and forth, answering questions. I want everyone else's opinions on this show, too. So it's going to be a fun, chill, nice stream on DSP Reacts, all about the Fallout show. Okay? I'm off from Thursday. When I come back Friday, Helldivers 2 and Friday Night Fights. Alrighty, everyone. Thank you so very much. Great streaming day today. Let me know what you think about Harold Halibut. I really need feedback. Do you want to see this game continue? In what capacity? Should it be a day or night stream? Should I just skip it because you didn't really like it? Let me know your thoughts. And I will see you all tomorrow for a fun day here on DSP Gaming. And, of course, carrying over to DSP Reacts for the night stream. Have a good night and peace out.